Hello student, welcome to my channel VK Voice. Today we are going to discuss chapter number 7, sound. Now what is sound? Sound is a form of energy which move from one place to another place with the help of vibration of the medium particles. Now this movement depend upon certain factors. And the factors are, number one factor is elasticity of the medium, and the second is the density of the medium. So sound is a form of energy which move from one place to another place with the help of vibration of the medium particle. Or you can also say, since medium is required, therefore for the propagation of sound, material medium is always required. Keep it in your mind. And two things are required. What are the properties which are required for the propagation of the sound? First is the elasticity of the medium, and the second is the density of the medium. Now how sound move? Sound move in the form of compression and rarefaction. There will be some region where there will be a high pressure, and there will be some region where there is a low pressure. High pressure region, low pressure region, and this is known as compression and rarefaction. Next thing, all sounds are not audible to us. Only the sound which are having some range of frequencies are audible to us, and those sounds are known as sonic sound. And the frequency range which is audible to us is a 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz, or 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. This is called sonic sound, which is audible to us. And the next is the sound which has more frequency than that of 20,000. That is known as ultrasonic sound. Next type of sound is the sound whose frequency is less than 20 Hz. That is called infrasonic sound. So sound is, you know, there are three types. One is sonic sound, which is audible to us. Its range is 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Ultrasonic sound, its frequency is greater than 20,000, and infrasonic sound whose frequency is less than 20 Hz. So this is there. Now next, there are few terms which you should understand, and the term is, first term is time period. What is time period? Time period is the time taken by the particle to complete one vibration. Time taken by the particle to complete one vibration. Then next thing is, what is frequency? Frequency is number of vibration completed in 1 second. And then what is wavelength? Wavelength is the distance covered by the wave in one time period. And there is a relation between the velocity of the sound and the wavelength frequency of the sound. And the relation is, first of all, the relation between frequency and the time period. Frequency is equal to 1 upon time period. And the relation between velocity and wavelength is, velocity is equal to f lambda, where f stands for frequency and lambda stands for wavelength of the sound. So these things are very important. Keep it in your mind. These two things can be used in the numericals as well. Suppose time period is given to you, you are asked to find the frequency. Similarly, if frequency and wavelength is given to you, you can be asked to find the velocity of the sound. And you know, there are three variables, two may be given to you and the third may be asked, find that. So these things these things are very, very important. Keep it in your mind. Now the frequency depend upon the vibration of the sound, vibration of the source, while the velocity and wavelength depend upon the nature of the medium. So when the sound travel from one medium to another medium, velocity and wavelength may change, but the frequency remain the same, because frequency depend upon the vibration of the source only. Now since you know the sound depend upon the material particles only, therefore the sound wave is also known as elastic wave or mechanical wave. So keep it in mind, sound is a mechanical wave, and these waves may be of two types. One is called longitudinal wave, longitudinal wave, and other is called transverse wave. What is longitudinal wave? Longitudinal wave, what happens in this case, the wave move in the direction of vibration. Suppose the vibration are moving like this, vibration are in this direction, and the wave is also moving in the direction of vibration, then this type of wave is known as longitudinal wave. When the wave motion is in the direction of vibration. Next type is transverse wave. What is a transverse wave? When the wave motion is normal to the direction of vibration of the medium, then this type of wave is known as transverse wave. One more thing, longitudinal wave move in the form of compression and rarefaction, while the transverse wave move in the form of crust and troughs. So there. And one more thing, longitudinal wave move in the liquid, solid and gases, while transverse wave require rigidity. Therefore, it move on the solid surface or on the surface of the liquid. So this is there. Now the moment of this wave propagation is a phenomena in which the heat remain constant. You can say it is a adiabatic process, and since it is a adiabatic process, therefore its velocity is given by this formula, V is equal to gamma P upon D, where V is the speed of the sound, P is the pressure, gamma is the ratio of two specific heat, and D is the density. So this is there. From this formula you can know that the velocity of the sound depend upon certain factor. First factor is the density. More is the density, less is the speed, less is the density, more is the speed. And second is temperature. You know the temperature, if I will increase the temperature, in that case what will happen? Density will decrease, and if density will decrease, velocity will increase. Hence, with the rise of temperature, velocity increases. Sound will move faster in hot days. Why? Because in that case density will be less, velocity will be more. Similarly, it depend upon the density I have already discussed. It also depend upon humidity. More is the humidity, more will be the speed of the sound. Yes, one more thing, it do not depend, it is independent of the pressure. It do not depend upon the pressure. Now why, that I will discuss. Because if you increase the pressure, what will happen? Density will also increase. So these two things will nullify each other. That is why velocity of sound is independent of the pressure. Now one more thing, the sound produced in the stressed instrument, that is transverse wave. The formula for that is V is equal to T upon M, where T is the tension in the string and M is the mass per unit length. T is tension, M is mass per unit length. So in that case velocity will depend upon these factors. Next thing is electromagnetic wave. What is electromagnetic wave? Here also there is a vibration, but now the vibration is of electric and magnetic field. In electromagnetic wave, what happens? Electric and magnetic field vibrate normal to the propagation of the wave. This is called electromagnetic wave, and the electromagnetic wave is a transverse wave. This wave can travel through vacuum as well. Light is also a electromagnetic wave. Other waves are like infrared radiation is there, like ultraviolet radiation, X-ray is there, gamma radiation, microwave, radio waves. All these are electromagnetic wave. Now what is the difference between sound and the light? First difference between sound and light is, light is a electromagnetic wave, while sound is a mechanical wave. Next thing is wavelength of light is less, while wavelength of sound is more. Next thing is sound cannot travel through vacuum, while light can travel through vacuum. These are few examples, these are few differences between light and the sound. Next thing which we are going to discuss is reflection of sound. What is reflection of sound? Light reflects, similarly sound also reflect. When it strike the surface, it bounce back. So the bouncing back of the sound after striking to some surfaces, the surface may be smooth surface may be rough surface. This bouncing back of the sound is known as the reflection of sound. So reflection, it have all the properties of reflection, like incident ray and the reflected ray and the normal all lies on the same surface. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. All these properties are followed by sound as well. But one thing which you should keep it in mind is that reflection will take place only if the size of the reflector is more as compared to the wavelength of the sound. Size should be more. Size of the reflector should be more as compared to the size of the wavelength of the sound. That is there, that keep it in mind. Next thing which I am going to discuss with you is what is echo. Echo, when you say something in front of, suppose you are standing in front of a hill and you say something, the same sound will be heard by you after the original sound. This phenomenon is known as echo of sound. So hearing of second sound after the original sound is known as echo of sound. But one more thing, just keep it in mind, there is a phenomena which is known as persistence of sound. Your sound remain persistent to you for 0.1 second. So if the second sound reach to your ear within 0.1 second, in that case you will not be able to differentiate between the two sounds, hence the echo will not take place. Now what are the conditions for echo, that I am going to discuss with you. First condition is, velocity of sound, if I take 340 meter per second, and as you know the time of persistence, as I have told you, is 0.1 second, then how much distance is required? First of all, what will happen? The wave will move in the forward direction and it will return back. That means if I take this distance d, this distance d, then the total distance traveled by the wave will be d plus d, 2d. So you are having 2d is equal to velocity into time. So d is equal to velocity into time divided by 2. Now velocity is 340, time is 0.1 and divided by 2, you will be getting 17 meter. So first condition for the echo is the distance between the source of the sound and the reflector should be at least 17 meter. Minimum distance which is required is 17 meter and the time is 0.1 second. One more thing, the intensity of the sound should be large enough so that you will be able to hear the sound. So three conditions I have told you: time 0.1 second at least, then next distance 17 meter, and the intensity of the sound should be large enough. That is the condition for echo. Now what are the use of echo? There are certain animals which are using this echo to navigate their way. Like bats search their way with the help of echo. What they do? They produce a sound in the forward direction, and that sound, with the help of the echo of that sound, they just find whether there is a obstacle in their way, and if they found any obstacle, they turn back, and in this way they navigate their way. Similarly, dolphins also produce echo, and with the help of echo they find their way. Then some instruments are there. Fishermen also find the fishes with the help of echo, and sonar also work on the phenomenon of echo. Sonar means sound navigation and ranging. What happens in the sonar? Sound waves are just transmitted with the help of transmitter in the downward direction. After striking the surface, it turns back and it is received by the receiver. So transmitter and receivers are fixed in the ships or submarine. With the help of these transmitter, the sound waves are transmitted, they strike the obstacle, return back, and with the help of the time of returning back of the sound, the distance of the obstacle can be calculated very easily. Radar also function on the same phenomena. Radar mean radio ranging. With the help of radio waves you are ranging. As you are doing this in case of sonar, you are using sound wave. In case of radar, you are using radio waves or microwaves. So these are the application of echo. One more thing, keep it in mind: if multiple reflection takes place, then this is known as reverberation. So student, I hope this lecture will be beneficial to you, and all the things which I have discussed with you, you have understood well. If there is some doubt, any difficulty you are facing, you can just make a comment. I will be answering you. Thank you for watching my channel VK Voice. Keep watching and subscribe my channel. That will be beneficial for you for your examination. Thank you.